This one is near and dear to your heart, Will, and I feel like I should just let you take the microphone on this one because you've been talking about this since day one, and I mean, I'm interested too. Obviously, we're talking about Halo Infinite, and we were both excited to see it on the next generation Xbox and to see it at launch with the next generation Xbox. We saw, you and I were easy on the preview, not the trailer, but the gameplay preview.
We were just excited that it's coming.
We were easy.
Yeah.
We looked at it and we said we were optimistic.
And there's gameplay, you know.
But everybody else, they chewed it right up. They said, that's not next generation. Get on my face with that. And they went after the developers and look, I mean, there was plenty of fair points made.
Yes, absolutely.
Plenty of fair points made. And the developers sat there and they said, you know what? We're going to delay this indefinitely. Check us out in 2021 at some point. Yeah. We're not going to make launch. And go ahead, Will. You take the microphone. I have my ideas too, but I feel like you say what you want to say first.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm glad that it actually got delayed. With game development, it could be really tough, you know, especially during crunch time. It's usually when game is about to, you know, be released, and then developers have to work late hours and spend a lot of time doing the finishing touches, which requires a lot of time and hard work. And it's pretty much like every other video game or like movie or stuff like that. So, I mean, good on them for actually delaying it. That's all I have to say.
And I think a number of people in the community agree with your sentiment on that. I think a number of people in the community get it. They would rather them get it right.
Yeah, let's just wait.
They would rather them get it right. But here's the big problem. The big problem is the console wars that are about to take place, people are going to have to choose one platform or the other. And the Xbox, as this headline indicates, that this is going to be very damaging to the Xbox Series X adoption in the first place. Mm-hmm. And people might just say, I'll just wait on buying the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting. This is the title I was waiting for. And it was the only sort of AAA style exclusive that they had going on. Not that PlayStation has that many. PlayStation has that Miles Morales game. And
yeah, the Spider-Man.
But PlayStation was already very popular. It was already outselling the Xbox. Now this here might just continue that trend forward. Plus, PlayStation has the recent success of titles like The Last of Us. This is outlined in this particular article. Mm-hmm. The Last of Us, and what's the other one? Ghosts of
Tsushima?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have that, and they could do a remastered 4K version.
Right.
And they're exclusive, and it could be at launch.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you're looking at those two options. You got the PlayStation, those two titles remastered. You got the Spider-Man games, not a full game, but Spider-Man games are pretty good. And then you have over here the Xbox. You have the cloud gaming, which it looks good what they're working on there. But then the titles you're waiting for.
Yeah, we really needed Halo.
Halo was going to push the console, and then because it was going to be an exclusive, it was going to be a bigger user base and more people to play it. And now, if anybody flips and goes with the PlayStation, now I don't know. People can tell me, Xbox fans, PlayStation fans in the audience here, if the absence of Halo would possibly make you switch sides and pick up a PlayStation this time around. Because the part that's a shame about that is you have the Halo Infinite developers, they go back to the drawing board, they take the extra time because they should do it. But then you got to do extra work to convince people to play the game once it does finally come out because they may have just shifted and purchased the other console. Mm-hmm. And now they got to get another one if they're going to play your game. So it's a real tough situation to be in. And it will absolutely hurt the Xbox. It's impossible that it couldn't hurt the Xbox. Mm-hmm. If it was sitting there at launch, I'm buying an Xbox. I'm talking about as a citizen. I'll have both of them in the studio to do videos and all that. But I'm talking as a citizen. That's an easy nostalgia factor, Halo fan, bingo. And now the story gets a bit more complicated especially for people who are on the fence about which side they were gonna go with. It's some real tough tough stuff. And also, you were mentioning earlier the Cyberpunk game,
Yeah.
2077, also delayed, right?
Well, there's a possibility.
So-
it's still up for discussion.
So that could have held people off, but then we'll see what happens with that.